This single guy woke up early one morning and was shocked to realize he had suddenly developed a superpower. As long as he touched someone, he could hear their inner thoughts. John thought this ability would finally let him understand women. He figured it was his ticket out of single life. The problem was, he didn't even have the guts to touch a girl. And worse, he couldn't control the power at all. The subway was pure torture. He was bombarded by everyone's complaints non-stop. Just when John started thinking this power was completely useless, he accidentally uncovered a massive secret. While waiting for the elevator that day, he ran into his coworker Jack. Jack was the company's top sales rep. Not only was he insanely good at his job, he was also ridiculously popular with women. He always had girls' attention on him. Out of jealousy, John decided to peek into Jack's thoughts, but what he heard was a secret. And it completely shocked him. He immediately looked around, searching for a girl with messy, flipped-up hair. Right then, the elevator suddenly jolted. That's when John realized something. The person Jack liked was actually him. He spent the entire morning overthinking it, but he still couldn't believe it was real. In the end, John came to one conclusion. He didn't have any superpowers at all. The voices had to be hallucinations. After all, a guy like Jack never lacked admirers. That night, the department manager had plans to celebrate his third wedding anniversary with his wife, so he dumped all his work on John and told him it had to be finished by the next morning. The workload was insane. John ended up working overtime late into the night. That's when Jack showed up with coffee. He offered to help John finish the job. Grateful, John handed him the files. But the moment their hands touched, John heard Jack's thoughts again. He froze in embarrassment, then quickly made an excuse to escape to the restroom. John had never noticed the mole on his own neck before, but when he looked in the mirror, he realized the voice wasn't in his head. His coworker really did feel that way about him. With Jack's help, John finally finished the assignment. By the time they clocked out, they were the only two people left in the office. Trying to protect himself, John deliberately slowed down. He kept his distance from Jack, but when the temperature suddenly dropped, John couldn't help sneezing. Before he could even react, Jack had already wrapped his scarf around John's neck. It was so late that John missed the last train, and taking a cab home would have been crazy expensive. So Jack suggested he stay over at his place for the night. The second he heard that, John's mind went completely blank. But thinking about the ridiculous taxi fare, he eventually agreed. Jack's room was spotless and smelled fresh. It was the total opposite of John's place. That only made him feel more awkward. Then he noticed a manga lying on the floor. It was his absolute favorite from childhood. Jack said he'd recently gotten hooked on it and couldn't stop reading. John couldn't believe they had so much in common. Then Jack handed him a set of pajamas and told him to shower first. Even though the water heater was set to 80 degrees, John still felt cold all over. He didn't even want to imagine what might happen next.